Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, aka Fleurs, and today we're back on Happy Home Paradise. It's early morning here and the sky is beautiful. But what we're going to be doing today is building a cafe for Kitty. It's not Kitty Cafe, although part of me wishes that I had done that, but it's still a cute cafe and I can't wait to show you it. If you like the sound of that, please remember to like the video and also subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of the channel, so don't forget to do that. Let's get into the build. So here we are. The area that I've chosen is quite flat, open. There's no kind of terraforming, and that's because I want to do a nice open air cafe, which is the brief. So I'm gonna try and keep as close to that as I can do. The house, I'm gonna try and take off of Kitty's colours. She's quite kind of neutral and there's a few little dark splotches on her, so I'm going for quite like an elegant kind of house and see how that looks. I know it's not overly a cafe look, but none of the houses are, so hopefully this one will fit nicely with the colour scheme and the designs that I have in mind. I did have a bit of a debate about the roof colour, and that was after putting down this path. I decided to go for the wood planks initially, and you'll see, but I do change my mind quite a few times. And then for the main kind of items that you need as part of this order, obviously the bistro tables are one of them and the menu sign. So I'm going to add in the bistro tables as the kind of main seating tables for the area. Plus I think that they look really, really great outside on like a patio area. So these should work really, really nicely. And then I'm putting down some items that I might want to use for this particular build. I'm going to use are they the curved street lamps or the round street lamps for this. I thought it would be a nice opportunity to use something a bit different. And then I was trying to debate about how to kind of section off the area. I tried using some different fences and some flowers and things. And then I thought that the flower, kind of the odd flower, looked quite nice just to break up the section. But because I wanted to try and make it more symmetrical, I had to move around a few things. And I stuck with white flowers. I know that's very much me, not very much colour, but this whole area is going to be pretty neutral. Because of me wanting to use the rope fences behind them, I decided to bring everything forward one line, just so I could ensure that I have enough space. And also on this particular map, you can place the trees right up against the corners, which is nice. Here was me changing my mind about the path. I don't know what it was that made me so indecisive about this build, whether it was the colour of the house or what. I really wanted to try and use the in-game path because I wasn't sure what custom designs I had that would fit with this particular area. I like the addition of the rope fence behind the bushes just to give it like a bit more depth. I thought that that was quite nice. And then just trying to work on something for the entrance area. The one downside about the bistro tables is that they are actually quite thick. So that's a bit annoying when it comes to placement of tables and things. I think what was throwing me off was the colour of the grass. So I switched back to spring to try and help me decorate a bit better, and I do prefer the colour of the grass in spring as opposed to summer, so I feel like that did help a little bit. I'm going to use the curtains as the backdrop for the cafe. I just thought it would be something a bit different, and then I did also find this custom design which I had in save for another build, and I thought this actually worked really nicely. It's light, it's fresh, and it's kind of airy and will look good for like a patio design. So this worked well and I didn't have to faff around with any more of the in-game paths. I was too busy trying to choose the right one that I didn't actually check my custom designs, so that's fine. And then I'm just starting work on the cafe area. I'm using the covered counters, just 2 of them. I have left a bit of a gap in the middle, and that's so I can put an item there later. And then I'm just going to fill it in lots of kitchen items behind. So we've got like the oven, the refrigerator, a table and a sink. Just make it as if there is like a kitchen work area back there where they're preparing food, which I thought was quite nice. And then obviously we need a till for people to pay. Now we have so many food items. You're really spoiled for choice as to which items to use for a cafe or a restaurant. So it's hard to choose sometimes, definitely. That is not a complaint, by the way. I absolutely love all of the items. Now that I've kind of got the cafe in place, we can try and figure out where to put some tables and things, where to place them properly. Before I just kind of put them down just as an idea, and getting some tables and chairs in as well. I just find it so hard with this item because I can't deal. I think it's a space between the table and the chairs which just throws me off so much. But I still like the item. It's a really nice item. It's very kind of European cafe type style, which I like. But yeah, that just bothers me. And I know it's like that when you're placing down items on some tables as well. It just looks a bit odd, but we just have to make the most of it. We all have to deal with these struggles, so I'm not alone, and that makes me feel a bit better about it. And just working on the final little details around here now. Adding in things like kettles, the signs. I added in the bread basket because, you know, everyone loves the bread basket. It's such a great item. Definitely one of the best recipes in the 2.0 update for sure. I loved it. And then I'm going to make a little bit of a storage area over to the left hand side, just because I want to fill it out and cover up some of the topiary that's there. And then just finishing off what's around the outside. I'm not overly bothered about the outside, but I feel like I should kind of work on what I did at the front and add in the kind of alternate hedge flower combo. I feel like that will look nice all around the outside, just to kind of fence off the area. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Time to go inside. So here we are on the inside. I don't know why it does this. It gives you presents for the items that you've already used. But hey, so the inside, I'm just going to make it like a cozy little cafe. I'm not going to do it too big. I'm going to do a cafe counter area with the kind of pillars and the counters. I've decided to do it in this color wood, the light wood, because normally I do it in either white. So I just felt like changing the color palette up a tiny bit from what I normally use. And then I'm just going to try and find some items that I feel like will fit with the area. The dessert case is a lovely item. What bothers me, I was moaning about the spaces on items outside. I feel like this bothers me a little bit. There's a gap in between the pillar and the counter tables, but it's just those little things that just niggle at me. It is really a ridiculous thing to moan about, I know, but I can just see it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. I feel that's what's bothering me. I feel like the drapery is a really nice item to use if you're trying to create a counter area. Don't forget about it. Definitely add it to kind of beds and things like that, because it works really nicely and breaks up the kind of gap between the top of the table and the ceiling, because it can be quite tall, so it's really nice to get them in there. There is other items you could use to do this, but the drapery is just one of my favorites, and you can customize it, which is a bonus. So just kind of adding in some coffee areas. Back here we've got the sink, the coffee machine, etc. Just things that are kind of fitting with that. And then rugs wise, the lacy rug is a great one. The cafe doormat is kind of a must as well, so we're going to add that in. And then I always love having these serving carts around. They're just a cute item, and the colour of the wood kind of goes with what I've already working with, so that fits nicely. And then I've kind of created like a little corner over here in the left hand side. So what I'm trying to do is find the wooden bookshelf, and yes, I've just scrolled past it 2 times. And then kind of add in like a cute little shelving area. So I did experiment with these just to see if I could do something nice, maybe add in a counter, but it just didn't quite feel fitting with this theme. So I tried to use the box sofas, which I don't tend to use normally, but I thought it would be nice just to have a cozy little snug and then have a nice table there, because they do fit with cafes and things. So this was kind of a little bit of an idea, and then put a bookshelf behind it just to give it some depth and some interest behind there, because it's all very well just putting items and then having like an item on the wall behind it, but sometimes putting another item behind it can kind of help. And then I feel like this is the only table that I use now. The small covered table is a must, and I decided to go for it in sort of the orange gingham pattern, which I thought was quite nice and worked with this sort of area. And some wall items are just a must, just helps to finish off the section, particularly cooking areas. I feel like they're really, really great at that. And then in the right corner, I kind of messed around with what I was going to do. I tried just having like a counter area, but I decided that a cozy little sofa seating area would be the better option. So I'm using the sloppy sofa. I just love it. I know it would be a bit worrying if there were clothes thrown all over a sofa in a coffee shop, but it just looks cute. So I'm going to use it and just add some little kind of cushions, some stools and things around it just to make it feel a bit more cozy. I'm not overly sold on the Zen kind of coffee table, but my options aren't that great, and I didn't want to go for like the Nordic one, as that's just definitely a different vibe to what I'm trying to achieve. And then food items and little kind of additional details are definitely going to help create this kind of area, make it look a bit more cozy and more lived in. I think lived in is the right way to go forward about this, because the sloppy sofa and the sloppy furniture is definitely my definition of lived in. And then I've just got a little bit of room in the left hand corner to add in some more tables and chairs. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to mix up the chairs. I've got the ranch ones. I love adding in the high chair now. It would have never been an item that you would have said, yes, we need a high chair in the game. But I love just putting it in cafes and kind of dinner areas now. I really just messing around, trying to make sure that I get the right chairs that I'm looking for. I don't know why I thought this study chair looks good, but the opportunity to customize it was pretty hard to resist. And then I'm going to add in a curtain as well, just to block out the windows a little bit. I wish these were a wall item. I don't know, I mean, I love being able to have them outdoors, but I do feel like curtains as a wall item would have been a great addition as well. But hey, we'll make do with what we've got. And then just adding the final pieces for the walls. I felt a bit lazy, so I added some dried flower garlands all the way along one wall. Don't judge me. Right, they're missing something, I feel. Do we need another rug? I think so. There we go. Okay, time for the final room. Here we are upstairs, and what I'm going to do with this room is give Kitty some living quarters. Whenever I make cafes or restaurants and things in Happy Home Paradise for the vacationers, I should call them villagers, but really they're vacationers, I always forget about like where they're actually going to live. So I'm going to make her a mini little loft apartment. It's going to be a bit darker because it is in the loft. I feel like she could fit these vibes. She's not overly cutesy, so I feel like a darker colour palette will work nicely with her. And also, I don't tend to do dark colour palettes, and I've definitely never done like an industrial build, so that's going to be more what I'm after. Not wholly industrial, but maybe like just, yeah, I don't know what the term is, but it will look nice, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I'm going for like the dark woods and maybe like some accents of navy and also just some white as well, just to kind of lighten it up a bit. I don't want it to be overly dark, but just experimenting with some different colours will be nice. I was really struggling what to put on this set. of drawers, so we went for the diffuser and a hat in the end. I just couldn't decide. And then in the right hand corner, I'm gonna use this as a little mini kitchen area. I don't think I've ever actually used the system kitchen in an actual build, so it's a nice opportunity to be able to use something different, because I feel like the color palettes and the customization on the system kitchen just really aren't me. So I enjoy being able to use different things, especially in Happy Home Paradise. It feels like a great opportunity to really explore lots of different items. I'm gonna set a table for one, is that right? I think that's right. Just put like a little dinner counter dining set there for Kitty. After a long day at the cafe, she can come up and eat dinner by herself. That sounds a bit depressing, doesn't it? I'm sure she has lots of friends, and I imagine being in a cafe all day would be such kind of exhausting, a lot of socializing. So she needs a bit of time to herself to relax. And then we don't really have a lot of room for like a sofa relax area, so I'm just gonna put a sofa. I love the antique one, and then just a little coffee table, and we can get some items on top of that. Some slippers, because after a long day at the cafe, I'm sure her feet will be hurting as well. So here we are, being nice and considerate, thinking about our villagers' well-being. I just thought this is like supposed to be a vacation home. Who wants a cafe as a vacation? You're supposed to be getting away to relax, not do more work. Nonetheless, a little bit of a hiccup there. I shouldn't overthink Animal Crossing. That would be too much common sense. Lesson learned. Sometimes it's best not to say anything. Right, so I have a little bit of a space left in this corner over here, so I'm going to give her a bedside cabinet with a little light on top of it. There we go. I just kind of faffing around here because I wasn't sure where the best position was for it. I really like the coffee tree, and I really want to include that. I just feel like I didn't want to block it off too much, but I think I was overthinking it, and it does look okay. And then I'm going to give her a little desk, just somewhere where she can work on cafe business, look at the facts and the figures, make sure the profits and everything are in order. So I've used the vintage one again, just to try and keep it some cohesion with the different kind of furnitures. Give her a snazzy little laptop, lots of papers, because you know, it's busy. Some office supplies just in case. Let me just finish it off with another little plant. And then we just need some items on the wall here. I'm not going to do anything too much, just getting some posters, maybe some lights and plants and things. A clock would be handy, so we know when to open the cafe and not going to be late for work. And a mum's picture. Okay, so just finishing it off there with the last thing, and we're done. It is ready, Kitty. It is definitely ready for you to move in and start your vacation, question mark. Here is a quick kind of montage of everything that I've done, some little kind of snapshots. I'm starting off with her loft living. As you can see, here are all the little details. Something about it when it looks nice and up close, you can really see everything. And then here's the cafe. It's a lot brighter and cozier than her loft, but I quite like that contrast. I'm not gonna lie, something a bit different, I guess. Part of me feels like I should keep it cohesive, but the contrast can be nice as well. And then here's the outside. It feels like forever ago we did this, but here is the cafe, the open air cafe that she requested. I love the contrast. There's lots of green here, lots of light colours, some browns and things. But yeah, I would definitely grab a coffee here. Let me know in the comments if you would like to come for a coffee. And then here we go. Goodbye from me and Kitty. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you again soon with another video. Bye bye.